Musicians exist in an iterative and additive world. As the saying goes, we stand on the shoulders of the giants who came before us. When we create music, we draw upon past genres, forms, and styles for inspiration and context. Unfortunately, we also exist in an environment of unclear legal and ethical liability for artists, students, and educators. How do we navigate this world? What does it mean for how we teach and how we create? What should we teach our students about practice tools and ethical frameworks for the future? Copyright law and the ethical rationale behind it stems from the idea that each of us is entitled to the reward and value of our intellectual labor. This runs headlong into technology issues every time a new publishing medium arrives. Written sheet music made the transfer of musical knowledge faster and more efficient. The arrival of the printing press accelerated that trend and led to the first accusations of music piracy. Every new medium, from recording technology to digital publishing, the internet, and cheap video and audio production capability, causes a reevaluation of the ethical thought behind copyright laws and how they will be applied. A core component of 21st century learning is digital citizenship. Part of that citizenship is understanding our current context and thinking critically about how it will change in the future. Let's consider a practical example of the collision between ethics, the law, and technology. A long-standing principle of American jurisprudence holds that chord progressions are not copyrightable. Let's explore that. A chord progression is a representation of the underlying harmony in a piece of music. For example, listen to this chord progression. Does this sound familiar? Here is a partial list of songs that use this chord progression. Interpretation of copyright law has deemed chord progressions to be in the public domain. This is fantastic because there are many chord progressions that have been recycled again and again in order to fertilize the garden of musical creativity. More than just creating new works of art, this has also allowed new educational tools to flourish and be developed. For example, this application, called iReal Pro, allows users to input a chord progression, choose a musical genre or style from a menu, and hear that chord progression realized in the chosen style. There is no melody because the user is expected to play along with the program. There are numerous articles documenting how musicians and educators can use this kind of software to practice and test out ideas. I love using this kind of software because it works with students who play any instrument. This kind of tool comes from the intersection between law, ethics, technology, and music education. Specifically, it arises out of limitations. The legal limitations and loopholes that reward or punish certain actions or creations led to the development of this kind of tool. If chord progressions were held to be directly copyrightable by the courts, we wouldn't have this kind of tool. On the flip side, would we have this tool if there were no constraints that illuminated its silhouette? As new genres and styles emerge, they inevitably clash with existing norms and practices. We do have the power to change our expectations to accommodate these new ideas, and in some jurisdictions, that's exactly what happened. In 2012, the Copyright Act was introduced into the House of Commons in Ottawa. This update to Canadian law specifically created new doctrines for the acceptable use of copyrighted material in the creation of user-generated content, such as mashups or uploaded home videos. We owe it to our students to encourage them to transcend limitations in all aspects of their creative lives. This means that we need to ask them to think about the ethical, legal, and artistic ramifications of the media that they create and consume. The practice tools that we choose will shape future generations of artistic practices. We should teach all students to recognize both historical and artistic context and encourage them to bend or break previous norms in creative ways.